So carrying on from where I last was at, I am going to move the character in this one, and then the current position. We're going to reset the current position basically to the where they move to. So transform dot position. So basically, I'm going to move them, and then afterwards store. I'm going to reset the current position to where the new position now is, and that's basically what's going to happen for each little chunk. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from here, this little piece here, Control C and Control V. So again, I'm going to test, and this time it's going to be if it's greater than. So it's the opposite of this, and then basically all it's going to do is move it in a positive direction. So plus, like so. And I think that's it. That's all that's really different. So basically, just those two things. Now, for the vertical, it's basically, again, the same thing. I'm going to take this whole bit from here. Let me see. From here to, where does this one go? Okay. Here to here. Control C. It's going to be a bit of adjustments on this, but and we'll tab this in. Tab. Okay. So it's not going to be the horizontal test is going to be vertical test, right? And it's not going to be searching for horizontal. It's going to be searching for vertical. Boom, 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 boom. And again, it's going to be testing vertical each time. So I'm going to change these each to vertical. Vertical. So is it vert or ver? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Vertest. We'll just do vertest. Vertest is up here. Vertest. Okay. So vertical, vertical. Then the next position is going to be a new vector 2, and this time it's just going to be the current position x. Okay. And basically, if that's less, then it's going to be this. The current position y minus the move amount. Okay, like that. And I'm just going to copy this little in part here, Control C, and we're just going to paste it in here. And this one's going to be a positive. Okay, so you can kind of see it's kind of the same thing, just twice. Okay. And I'm just going to go ahead and save this. Now, this is a lot of code, so more than likely this is going to be all messed up. And see, there you go. So we're going to go to console. Unknown identifier is blocked. So it starts at 27 and works its way down. So is blocked. So 27 is blocked. Oh, because I did is blocked and not is block. So ed, Control S. And that's pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with that. Usually it takes. So now what I need to do is basically create an object that he's going to move forward. That's going to do a test, and it's going to send back information to him. So I'm just going to create an empty, and I'm just going to call this block tester. Seems makes sense. I'm going to add a component, and it's going to be a. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to here. And I am going to right click and we're going to copy component. I'm going to go here and I'm going to right click and we're going to paste component. And that way it should be theoretically, oh, let's go to scene, the same size. Although I'm not getting, let's open this up. Okay, there it goes. And, oh, because it's at origin. Okay. Actually, it's not 0 and 0. Okay. So basically it's the same size and stuff as that. Good. So now what I'm going to do is, we got that moving. That's all like a thing. And we're going to create another empty. And I'm just going to call this one Charlie again. Charlie. Actually, we're going to call this one player. That's better. Player. And we are going to put Charlie in there. And we are going to put the block tester in there. And what I'm going to do is, if you look, you can see they need a block tester. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab this and stick it in there. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is this isn't actually going to work right now. So let's take this. I'm going to put it right here so you can kind of see how this works. Okay. Oh, it is working. Okay. Okay. Well, it's not exactly working. 0.1 is obviously a little weak sauce. But right now it's sending the thing, and because the block tester is not actually sensing anything, it's just allowing me to move wherever the heck I want, which is not actually what I want in this case. Okay. So I also got to change this amount. This is not work. Let's try 0.5. Well, let's try. Oops. Well, anyway, the block tester is not doing anything, so I have to make a code and script and attach it to this that'll allow me to basically do that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and create a JavaScript, and I'm going to call it block tester script, and we will double click on it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and attach this to block tester. Double click on it. There it goes. Okay, so I am not going to need any of this. I'm going to need a variable that's going to hold the player controller script, and the type is, because that's it treats it as a component itself, so the type is actually going to be player controller script. Now it's very important that you make this the exact same name as the script. Okay, this one doesn't matter, this one does. Okay, because basically what I'm going to do, I need to talk to that script to basically change that attribute of that property to is blocked to either on or off. And that's what this script is going to do. So I'm going to have a function, and it's going to be on trigger enter 2D. It's going to be other, and it's going to be a collider 2D is what it's going to test. Oops. And basically all it's going to do is going to say if. So I have to do this. I have to do other dot tag. Oops. And if the other tag is player, or sorry, if the other tag is not player. So if you put an exclamation point, that means it's not that it's equal. So as long as it's not player, it's going to run this bit of code. Now, the reason why I need to do this is because there's a good chance that when I make this the blocking object, it's going to constantly run to the player, so it's going to constantly look like it's blocked because it's right on top of it. So I just want to be like basically exclude player. So player controller script, player controller script dot is blocked, and we're gonna go equals true. Okay, boom and boom. No, that's not right. Sorry, this and this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, Control C, because I don't like to write lots of code. And this is going to be on trigger exit. So if the trigger, if it goes outside of this 2D, and we're just going to make this, so if it leaves this outside of it, it's going to set to false. Okay. And this has got to be on there. Missed those. Okay. So basically what it's going to do is it says player controller script dot is blocked. So here we go. Player controller. So any one of these are properties of this object. And one of the properties is this. And these are what they call methods. They're called functions when it's inside of it. But if you're outside it, if it's an object, it's called a method. This is a function that I can call inside of it. But what I can do is that from another script, I can go, see how this is blocked? So what I'm doing is in here, I'm saying in this script, which is right here, but I named it this. This is how I access it. Is blocked. I'm making that true. Okay, so I'm changing that value. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. And I'm going to go into here. And I'm going to select this. And basically I have to take the object that has the script attached to it and drop it into here. So in this case, it's Charlie. And now I'll hit play and we'll see. Ooh, it's not really doing too much. Okay. So let's look at him, and I just want to check. Oops. Click in here. And let's see. Let's just double check. If I hit is blocked. Okay, it doesn't let me move. So basically, oh, you know why? I think I know why. Block tester. I didn't make this a trigger. So that function on trigger enter is not going to work. All right, let's try it now. Oh, it's already not moving because I have him on top of an object. So hang on a second. Let's move him right here. Oops, sorry. Let's move the player over here. Okay. So you can actually see the little block? You can actually see it over here. So that's how it's getting moved. So I'm using up, left, right, down, up, left, you know, wherever. Okay, so that's working correctly. But what I didn't do, so the reason why it's not working is this. See how it's overlapping the character? The block tester here? Oops, sorry. I didn't set the tag. He doesn't have a tag that says player. So I have to do that. Otherwise, it doesn't know to exclude that. Because remember in my script, I said as long as it's not player, it can do it. So now it'll work. But you'll see as soon as I hit this, it won't let me go there. But I can go other places. And basically, this is a terrible amount of movement. So let's try 0.5. And then we'll hit play. Good. But you can see when I hit something, it doesn't let me do it. I hit that. And basically, oh, that shouldn't have worked. I'm jumping the fence. Don't tell Trump. Yeah, that shouldn't have worked. It's working on these okay. I may need to add a rigid body to these walls. That's my guess. Let me double check. So, boom, boom, and we are going to add components, physics 2D, rigid body, and we're going to make sure the kinematic. Let's hit play. There you go. Yeah, they just need to have rigid bodies. And there you go. And so basically now I can use these arrow keys to more or less navigate the game. Okay. And so basically you're going to go through this entrance and try to get around and get the heck out. There we go. Like so. All right. And so that's a real basic part of it so far. But basically what I need to do now is add the enemies, which is going to be a whole nother thing. So let's go ahead and see what we got. And the enemies is like another shebang. But we're getting there. We're getting pretty close. So good. Yeah, let's end it here, and then I'll start doing the enemies on the next one.